Good morning everybody. Welcome back to a new vlog. I'm not at home right now. I am in a very fancy hotel because I've been at a wedding. I'll fill you in on that. But I haven't vlogged in a really long time. I'm not gonna lie, I've tried to vlog 3 times in the last few months. And some reason or other, I've edited it or I've lost the footage or I've put it together and then the footage has like corrupted, or I've edited it and it was just so boring. I've been like, I can't upload that. Basically, went away a couple of months ago when I was meant to be vlogging, and I thought I'm not going to vlog because I don't want to vlog being away. And then the week later my granddad died, unfortunately, and I thought I'm going to take a break. And that was a few months ago now, but I finally feel ready to start vlogging again. I mean, I did a few weeks ago, but it's just gone really badly. So yeah, I'm not sure I've got the most exciting week lined up, but I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I've got a new camera, so let me know if the footage seems good and I'll take you along with us. I don't think I've posted a single vlog where I look flattering, ever. It's the next day and I'm so tired. I have got some under eye mask on because my under eyes are so dry. I'm not used to wearing like so much makeup on multiple days, and then the hotel we were staying at was also a spa. So obviously I was like, I'm going in that pool. So I went swimming twice and I'm not used to the chlorine. So I just think my skin has just gone a bit... I'm having a rot day. Today is a rot day. I'm not going to be doing much. I'm going to be sitting here, I'm going to be eating food, I'm going to be watching the telly. I deleted social media for all of last week, so I think I might just do a little bit of scrolling, a little bit of catch up. Basically find that when I'm like, you know, maybe just a bit mentally low or whatever, I sit and scroll on my phone more, and I don't like it. I don't like being in that trap. So I deleted it for a week and had a bit of a break. It meant that I enjoyed my weekend a lot more because I was switched off. And then it feels nicer to come back after a break and do like a little catch up. I would highly recommend to anybody to just do a social media cleanse. You don't need to delete the app, just put it on, you know, lock or remove it from your home screen so that you can't see it as much. Biscuit factory is open. We're making biscuits. You're being clingy. She's got herself laid down. Look at that. What a precious little girl. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Good morning everybody. It's now Wednesday. Something that I've been doing recently, I've been trying to get back into, is painting. Obviously, illustrator, I do a lot of art, but something that I haven't done much is paint since I left school. I did GCSE art, so that was like 10 years ago now. Whew! But I really enjoy it, so I've been painting. The first one that I did was of River, which if you watch my vlogs, you will have seen me painting that one. But when my granddad died, I was like, kind of want to do a portrait of him, and I had a spare canvas, so I decided to paint him. I decided to paint my granddad, and I really enjoyed doing it. It was really therapeutic. I found it really helpful to paint all the details of his face and like look at the patterns on his shirt, and I found it was really helpful for my emotions and processing them and understanding what I was feeling towards losing him and things like that. Like, it was genuinely like therapy. I really impressed myself with like how decent it is. I feel like I really did a good job of getting like all of the details and his skin tone. Yeah, I was really impressed with myself. So I got myself a big sketchbook and I'm currently in the middle of a self-portrait. Very proud of myself at the moment because I've actually been managing to cook, because I've been simplifying the process where when I buy veg, I'm obviously not going to eat all of the veg, and for some reason I've just assumed that you can't freeze veg, and you can. So I've been buying it, freezing it, and then it means that I've cut down some of the process in cooking because all I have to do is grab something out of the freezer instead of having to stand and chop and getting angry at myself that I'm not going to eat it all because I can freeze it. And I haven't done anything experimental. I've literally just been making pasta. That's enough for me. It's what I eat nearly every single day. But it means I've actually been making somewhat fresh meals. Like, I'm obviously not making the pasta sauce, I get it jarred, but I've been adding veg. it, look at that. What a gorgeous meal I have made that's actually got vitamins in it. Crazy. Good morning, everybody. It is now Thursday. Just thought I'd show you my outfit. Got a nice red skirt on and like a knitted waistcoat. This was actually my granddad's and my grandma knitted it, which you can kind of tell because this sleeve here is actually bigger than this sleeve here. The buttons are a little bit wonky, but I have this one and a blue one, and I really remember him wearing them, and it's nice to get compliments on it and then go, oh, my grandma made it for my granddad. Basically, when we were clearing his house out and we found a load of his clothes, I've kept a lot of them because, well, I love knitted things. I feel like I'm an old man at heart, and then also there's just certain things that feel sentimental, like I've got one of his shirts that was actually the shirt that's in the painting that I did of him. And then I've kept some other knitted stuff that my grandma made that, like, even if I don't wear them, they're just the kind of thing that I want to keep. It's really hard going through, like, somebody's things. And my granddad, whew, he was a big charity shop man. So he would just go down the front street and my grandma would be like, what have you got now? And he would come back with bags full of, like, trousers that he'd found for 50p, and my grandma would be like, you've got hundreds in the wardrobe. And she wasn't joking. When we were clearing out his wardrobes, we must have found at least 50 pairs of trousers, all that were basically the same. They've now been like redonated, but it's really difficult going through them because it's like so many memories, but you know that you're having to get rid of things because you can't keep everything. I found it really difficult going back into his house because I spent a lot of time there, but then didn't once I'd gone to uni, so sort of the first time going back. And you know what older people's houses are like. They're like little time capsules, but it still smelt like him. I'm also going to be keeping some of his furniture because, I mean, it's all the original stuff that him and my grandma bought for, or were given for their first ever home, which was in the 50s. So there's so many lovely, really solid, ornate bits of furniture that I just can't allow to go to a furniture store or to be given to somebody else who doesn't have the attachment to them that I will. Yeah, dealing with grief is really difficult. Like, I think especially being autistic and struggling with interoception and not really knowing what I'm feeling, grief comes with so many different emotions, and I often think that we think that it's this linear thing where it hurts more at the point of loss and then dwindles over time, which it can be, especially in the initial months and period, like afterwards. It's so up and down. There are so many things that you don't even realise are trigger points. Like, my granddad loved creme caramels, like the yogurts. I love them as well. And seeing them in the supermarket, like, took me from being fine to just not okay at all. Watching the TV and a character, their landline rings and it's the same tone, which I never thought I'd hear because, one, barely anybody has a landline anymore, and two, my granddad's ringtone was like classic old man home phone. And it was just those little things that are like massive trigger points, and I think people assume that you're going to feel a certain way, which isn't necessarily the case. I've struggled with it a lot more than I thought I would because I've lost grandparents before and it was obviously awful, but I think with my granddad, one, I'm an adult and I think I'm a bit more aware of how I feel, and two, he was the biggest part of my life other than my parents. I lost my grandma, his wife, very young. I lost my nana when I was 20, and that was really difficult, but my granddad is like, he was like my second dad. There's so much of my life that wouldn't be the way that it is if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't have the practical skills that I have if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't have the knowledge of so many things if it wasn't for him. So there's so much of my life that, like, I go about my daily living and I'm like, that's because of my granddad. It's just really difficult. I don't want to dwell on it too much, but I thought I would talk about it. But like things like this, like my jumper, really help. I'm not gonna lie though, it's clearly very dusty because every time I put it on, I get a bug nose. Good morning everybody. It's not the morning. It's 2 p.m. on Friday. I have no plans for the foreseeable future. And by the foreseeable future, I mean literally like the next 6 months. So today I'm gonna get myself out the house. I'm not even letting myself even think about not doing it. I've pulled some clothes on and I'm leaving, and I'm not even allowing myself to contemplate the idea of doing it, so we're gonna stop talking about it. But I need to go get my dress from the weekend dry cleaned. I would wash it myself, but I'm a little bit scared. I'll put some photos of it up here, but it's like a satin, it's got folds in it, and I could put it on a gentle wash in a pillowcase, but the thing is with that kind of fabric is it's really hard to work with once it's dried. So I'm gonna go and get it dry cleaned, and there's a dry cleaners up the road from me, so I'm taking myself out of the house and I'm gonna do it. Bye.